Who is this? What do you want?
I'm in the house.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Ace's Place 22, where I'm Ace, and this is my place. And this is another Ace's Thrills and Chills movie reviews night number 15. What are we going to talk about? Movies. We're going to talk about spooky movies, but not the regular spooky movies, not like really scary ones, as you saw in like the little intro there, the little vague thing you did. We're going to be doing talking about scary movie. The first two scary movies. Now, why am I going to talk about these? One, because they absolutely fit into the spooky season fun time. They fit into the 100% the atmosphere that horror movies go for. And if you've never heard of these movies, you're in the right place, because they are definitely recommended from this guy right here. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. But these movies are definitely something. I have not seen them in at least 15 years. It's been since I've seen either one of the first two scary movies. Now, these came out in 2000 and 2001. Yeah. They're spoofs. They are literally, if you don't know what a spoof is, it's a parody. They take something that already exists and they go and they have fun with it and they do their own thing with it. Nice little spin. And these are comedy horror spoofs. They absolutely are paying homage to horror movies, but absolutely making fun of them in the same way. I usually talk about one movie more in depth than the other. There's two movies here. Well, there's three movies here. But I'm only going to be talking about the first two. I just actually picked these up at Walmart. My nose wants to run right now, all of a sudden, now that I'm recording. But I picked these up today at Walmart, all three of them. I have the fourth one. For whatever reason, I've owned the fourth one on DVD for the longest time, but never the first three. Never. Not even, like, by themselves. So I'm a huge fan of the first two. I don't really remember the third one. The fourth one absolutely loses me at times. But the first two are amazing films, especially the first one. It really does come out of left field of like, wow. For what a spoof is now, or even a comedy, this was very high standards, in my opinion, of a good comedy. The characters are funny, the writing was funny, the situations were funny, everything made sense in a world that shouldn't make sense. In the early 2000s, man, you had tons of stuff coming out with like teenager flicks. Not Another Teen Movie, The New Guy, scary movies. So there was a plethora of teenage, comedies. So for the Wayans, Marlon Wayans, and I think who the heck are the writers? I know it's the Wayans brothers. Sean and Marlon Wayans. They're the two that are in this. They play Ray and they play Smokey. Absolutely hysterical characters. All the tropes are there of traditional horror movies, of dumb characters, falling down when you shouldn't. You went the wrong way. Don't do this. You did that. It's really, really good. Both of them are. I don't know if I'm making any sense, if I'm coherent or not. I just woke up from a nap and I decided to do this. I don't know why I didn't do this after I watched these movies earlier. I was like, I just want to take a nap. And now I'm deciding to make a video. But they all follow loosely in line with each other. They are sequels to one another, but they're not definitive. Like the first one directly has, tie into the first one. The first one doesn't have direct tie-ins to the second one, other than characters. But it's really fun. In the first one, you get Anna Faris, whose character is Cindy, who's very close to the idea of Sydney from the Scream movies, and that is what the main thread of the very first one is. They're just taking the story of Scream. The Ghostface killer is killing all these teenagers, while all these other shenanigans from movies of that era, horror movies of that era, are taking place. They are taking ideas and moments from them. They specifically take from I Know What You Did Last Summer, where they're all in the car and they hit the guy and they do their own spin on it. I don't know how to really explain the movie other than I'm tired and this is just the way it's going to be. Shannon Elizabeth from the American Pie franchise, she's in it. I think the American Pie movies came out first. I think those were in the late 90s. She's really good in it. The Ghostface killer is fun. I like that they have the ability to absolutely use that likeness, but just tweak it a little bit, because it really does make the movie feel like at times like, oh shit, yeah, this feels good. It doesn't feel fake. It doesn't feel dumb. And it literally birthed one of the greatest scenes and catchphrases in the entire world of movies and pop culture history.
Yo.
Hello, Shorty. What are you doing?
Nothing. Sitting here watching the game, smoking some bud.
Are you all alone?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone. What's up?
What's up?
Yo, Duke, pick up the phone. Yo.
What's up?
Absolutely great stuff. Like, that was a generational moment. The "What up?" Like, if you grew up in the 2000s, that "What's up" was everywhere. That was meme culture back in the 2000s. Literally, it picked up and went everywhere. Even in WWE with the Dudley Boys, they did the "What up?" And man, it's just a funny ass movie, a funny franchise. But you see, and the movie's all over the place, kind of like this review and the way I do things, because they're just going back and forth between all these different movies. But again, the main narrative is the Scream directive and the Ghostface killer. I absolutely love the way the movie ends, where they reveal who the Ghostface killer is. I don't want to spoil that at all, because it's a great twist, like many horror movies have. Such a good movie. Like, all the characters they parody. There's an Officer Doofy. I would be remiss if I did not mention Officer Doofy in this review, who is clearly playing off of the idea of Officer Dewey from the Scream franchise by David Arquette. This character is so funny. I don't give a damn if you are offended by him or the way he portrays a certain group of people. It is so funny, and I will laugh my ass off every single time. I don't think, when I watched that earlier and his scenes came on, now they live rent-free in my head for the last 25 years. But rewatching certain scenes, like when Gale Weathers is, right? Isn't that, wait, is that her name in this one? Or is that her name in Scream? I can't remember. But Sherry O'Terry plays the Courtney Cox character. But Dewey, when she's talking to him, she there's just a scene where she puts her finger in his mouth, or his finger in her mouth, and trying to be sexy, and she realizes oh my god, what the fuck was that? It's just the subtle little things with him drooling, and I laugh uncontrollably when I'm watching his scenes. They are so funny. And I think for the very first time in my entire life, I let the credits roll through just because I was doing other things after the movie was over. And there's an end credit scene to the movie with him in it. I've never seen it in my entire life, and I was laughing my ass off. So it's really kind of awesome that after 25 years, a movie that I genuinely enjoy can offer something a little bit new. And it was great. And number 2 is really, really good because it plays into the more supernatural. The first one is all kind of like slasher-centric parodies. Like, it's all based on like slasher films. The second one is really, really heavily influenced by supernatural movies. Poltergeist, The Exorcist, 100% The Exorcist, like The House on Haunted Hill, Vincent Price, all of these older horror movies, but not so much the realistic ones, if that makes sense. Very, very funny stuff. This movie has just one of the best actors in the world in it. Tim Curry. His fame is definitely oh man, why can't I think of it? Where he plays Dr. Frankenfurter. I'm going to skip out on the name of it, but he was also Pennywise in It. Why am I drawing a blank on that movie? Total mental block. I want to say Little Shop of Horrors, but that's not him, and that's Rick Moranis, and that's a whole different movie. I'm spacing, and I feel stupid for that because it's a famous movie. But he's in it, which just is awesome because it's Tim Curry. You got a lot of the reoccurring characters in it. A lot of cast members from the first one are back in this movie. It all circles around them being invited, or they're college students, and they're brought to this haunted mansion for this professor's, his own sick, perverse game. All beknownst to them that this mansion is actually haunted, and just all this comedy ensues. There's so many random scenes in the movie. Again, it would be a hodgepodge to try to explain it because there's moments that just happen. There is the most funniest scene in almost any movie, period, is the dinner scene. And I dare anybody to find a almost funnier dinner scene in any movie and challenge this one, because you have Chris Elliott as like this little take my strong hand kind of character, and if you know what I mean, he's not mentally handicapped, but he's got an issue. It's so funny. He's the butler, and he's bringing dinner into everybody that's sitting around this big table, and everybody is just repulsed by him and grossed out by him because he is pretty awful. And he just happens to just touch and fondle and lick and just do awful things to their food before it makes their way to their plates. And they're just like, no, we're not having this. And it's absolutely funny. I remember as a kid watching this, and the scene where he's got the turkey and he's like, get your hand all up in that. And he's like, I don't know what the hell this is, but I'm going to lick it anyway. And it's the funniest stuff. Even to this moment, it cracks me up. I should have it set up so it could play, but I don't. Oh well. It's great. It's absolutely great. You get some comedic geniuses in there from the old days, and then you get obviously the new crew. And it's an absolute worthy successor of a sequel. I love the first two of these movies very, very much. For whatever reason, again, I'm drawing a blank on even how the movie ends. But there are just so many funny moments in the second one. Just like there's so many funny moments in the first one. Just like there's so many funny moments in the third one. Yada, 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 yada. It's a comedy. You got it? I enjoy both of these movies. Like I said, I have the third one and the fourth one. I'm probably going to watch the third one. I might watch the fourth one just to be like, whoa, I watched all four of them. Right. Wow, how cool am I? I don't think I'll do a video on them. I do have other comedy horror movies that I absolutely will throw into the mix in here. And there's a couple of them by the Wayans brothers. The haunted house movies, there's 2 of those. They are in the very same vein as the scary movies. I believe they lost the rights to make Scary Movie a thing. So they went and they made the haunted house movies. And they are 100% just like Scary Movie, just with their own vibe and feeling. Same kind of structure, though. But these scary movies, real quick little odd history lesson, I guess. These movies spawned an entire era of comedy spoofs. There were obviously the scary movies. You had date movie, superhero movie, epic movie, Vampires Suck. There are a ton of parody movies that parodied what this was, or these are, and it literally spawned an entire era of these movies, which, for better or worse, they exist. I appreciate the first 2 of these movies so much, and I'm very happy to own them, and now that I do, I can throw them in the mix whenever I want, wherever I want. But to be able to rewatch these movies and laugh like I did today was absolutely a blast from the past. It was a pleasure, and I'm very happy that they hold up and my standard of comedy has not dwindled at all, because I think, if you can see, I'm trying to cut the 3rd one out. Because in my opinion, these are 2 extremely funny movies that I do highly recommend for the spooky season. If you're a horror movie fan, if you like comedies, anything in between, these are your jam right here. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If so, watch some more of them and we'll see you next time.